Nah. Nah.
Is your asshole itch?
No. Nah. Okay.
Welcome to the I Regret Nothing podcast.
I Regret Nothing podcast.
Sweet.
With MikeJ and Pedro. Welcome to the I Regret Nothing podcast.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
We regret
MikeJ
nothing.
and Pedro.
I regret everything. Everything I've ever done.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
We regret nothing.
And Pedro.
I regret everything. Everything I've ever.
Jesus, I think I I forgot to mute my open YouTube tab, so the entire intro was just doubled up. I heard it twice. Pretty sure everybody else heard it twice too.
That's very sweet.
Stereo.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
That's our new stereo stropic.
I think I'm gonna need to cut that in post because it sounded like shit, like a fucking amateur
Cut it in
is
postal.
running the podcast. Like, this isn't our 34th edition of the I Regret Nothing podcast. We thought we'd commemorate the 34th edition with some new artwork. For those that are watching this live, you can see our new artwork. I didn't put any names under us this time because it was too new. It was last minute, kind of running around all morning like chickens with our heads cut off. We had a PlayStation release today, boys. I don't know if anybody ever heard about that system. It's a little console called the Sony PlayStation.
That's right, bitches.
Never heard of it.
Postal comes out. Here's the timeline. Postal comes out 1997. Fast forward 24 years later, and we're on the PS4 and 5, I think. I think we're on the PS5. I can't confirm because I don't have one yet, but
I would think so.
I'm getting one today.
Finally, the quest is over.
Yeah. Well, I say I don't know because Sebastian, our other podcast host that's not here today, he was looking on the PS5 store and he couldn't see it. But I don't know if he was looking on the PS5 store on the console or just on the website. I really don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. I'm going to get it today. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Well, good. Just make sure you don't drive past any construction roadside vehicles or else you'll get a ticket like me.
You got a ticket today?
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
I was driving to San Angelo to get a COVID shot, and I didn't slow down 20 miles an hour below the speed limit when passing construction vehicles.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge ticket, actually.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So, was it worth the shot?
I guess.
Wait, why do you get your
did not
vaccine
cause
already? Why do you get your vaccine already?
Because no one in San Angelo is getting their vaccine.
You know what? We have a county in Arizona that's the same way. Like, nobody's signing up for it, so they have this like surplus, and anybody over 18 can get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, next time you're driving to a remote area of the state and you see a construction zone, a school zone, slow down, Think of the kids.
Yeah.
Think of the construction
I got
workers.
used to it in Austin where they don't have enough police to police that kind of offense.
Right. But when you go down to San Angelo, where it's just
You get
like
state
one
troopers.
sheriff and his buddies, and they just want to pull over the weird hipster Austin kid.
I mean, that was definitely it because I was going the same speed as the car ahead of me, but didn't pull them
You were
over.
behind. Yeah, you were the
behind.
you were the easy pickings.
I had bumper stickers on my car.
That's unfortunate, but I'm glad you got your vaccine. Congratulations.
Part 1.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? Are they doing them in Japan there for 18 and up?
No, so they just started last week doing it for medical personnel, and they're gonna do elderly people next, and I think I'm gonna get one after the summer.
Yeah. Pedro's probably anti-vax, so I'm not even gonna ask him. Don't
Okay,
you see that?
why
Don't
it's
you
that-
see that hat, that hoodie he's wearing? He's like a little F Society character from Mr. Robot.
He's got the boomer.
Yeah.
The doomer.
That's right. I'm Elliot.
I will never get the vaccine. You don't even leave your house. You
Society
just stay
of
with your mom all
Brazilians, just
day.
kidding.
Is your mom here for
Yeah.
the podcast today?
With
Is she
Karen.
around?
Karen Santos.
Karen Santos.
She's not actually around today.
Oh,
I
that's a
think.
shame. Were you like, hey, Mom, can
There's
you get
always
out
a
of the
Karen.
house? I need to podcast. I'm coming out of the basement. If you could please leave.
Well, I should say that to my dogs because they're the ones who make the most noise, actually.
They're the annoying ones. So anyway, 24
Yeah.
years later, the game that we made back in 1997, Postal 1, we remade it back in 2016. We submitted it to Xbox and PlayStation back then. It was approved by PlayStation, but we never made it because nobody bought it. And when I say nobody bought it, I don't mean literally nobody bought it, but just not enough to justify the porting costs. And Xbox rejected it back in 2016. Fast forward to this year, and PlayStation approved it again, and now it's out. And Microsoft rejected it again. So
Reasons.
yeah.
Because they hate us.
And just to be totally clear, it's not out on PlayStation around the world. It's out on PlayStation in North America. Europa, it is submitted, and hopefully it will pass soon. And then maybe with a little bit of luck, someone like Matty will be able to play it over in Japan.
Maybe. We shall see.
Yeah, we don't know for sure, but
You'll need to port it to Baguette first.
yeah.
Yeah, port it to Baguette 1.
How about like a Dance Dance Revolution version of it? Just
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you. You control it while dancing on a pad.
Port
If I
it to
can-
the Donkey Konga bongos.
Yeah. If I can play it in the arcade, that would be dope.
That's what you want to do. You want to get a little team of schoolgirls to come cheer for you while you play Dance Dance Postal Revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Twerk Devolution.
So sorry to all of our foreign fans that can't get Postal Redux on their PlayStation right now. Hopefully soon. Pavo says he cries in Brazilian and he's anti-vax. So we didn't release it to you because you're anti-vax, not because you're in
Exactly.
Brazil.
Yeah, we've figured out who's anti-vax.
Yeah,
and you
actually,
can't get it.
we told Sony of the world to just block all anti-vaxxers from playing Postal Redux.
Yeah, it's weird. Microsoft won't do it, but Bill Gates did help us track down all anti-vaxxers.
He did. Well, it's because he didn't need to vaccinate you to use your location device to find you.
Yeah.
Because you're carrying one, and
Mhm.
the Earth is flat, so it's easy to find you.
Mhm.
All right, so we already went over that. Yeah, so the reason why I'm getting a PS5 today is because I finally sold my second Xbox. Made it worthwhile.
Yay!
About time.
Yeah. So,
Now you just need to get a PS5.
but
and-
before this podcast, there were a couple more drops of PS5s that I was trying to get, and I failed. Because the drops happened while I was driving, and cell phones are not a great way to try to nab something that are hard to get. I'm not very good at F5ing. F5. Can't F5 a bunch of times, so I didn't get one. It was unfortunate. But it's fine.
Xbox
I'm going to go buy
is
this one.
asking-
I'm going to go support the local economy by buying it from a local and overpaying. That's just the way it is, you know what I mean?
The
I
new
am-
barter system.
Well, I am helping out during the pandemic by overpaying for a console to somebody who may need it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Because people who are hurting spend $500 on a console to hopefully make $200. I guess that is it's not a horrible plan. I'm gonna probably keep trying to buy them if I can because I know people that want them, so I'm gonna get them and only charge them a little bit of an upcharge.
It's a service fee for refreshing your.
I'm
phone all the time.
basically the Robin Hood of game consoles. I buy from the rich
Character.
and I sell
Not
to
yet.
the poor. Is that Robin Hood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something like that,
Yeah. Because the big companies aren't getting their money, right?
right?
Mm-mm.
So stupid.
Isaiah is asking you to show him your dog.
My dog?
Yeah,
My dog's
Rude.
not here.
Not here.
I'm at my office. My dog's at home. And his name is Gozer.
Gozer.
Like Gozer the Gozerian from Ghostbusters. But I've been calling him Grogu, and not just because I'm a Star Wars fan, because I've been calling him Go-Go and Goo-Goo for the better part of 5 years. And then when all of a sudden there was a Baby Yoda was named Grogu, I was like, oh, maybe he'll answer to that. And he answers to that better than he answers to Gozer. So
it's a win-win situation.
Kind of worked out that way. Valve ending development for Artifact makes the entire game free. I don't even know what Artifact is. I'm not a gamer, I guess. What is this game?
It's a card game, right?
Oh, I'll never. No. I don't
It's
care.
a card game.
No, don't care.
Sounds pretty nerdy to me.
It's
It's funny, actually.
It's an Hearthstone clone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now it's
Not even a bad game. Here's the problem. When they announced the game, everybody was expecting Valve to talk something about Half-Life, and then suddenly they just say, oh, here's a card game, and everybody's like, boo, fuck you. And so that's how it goes. Artifact never made it because it's not Half-Life.
Yeah.
And so they just recently said...
That's why Postal Redux never made it.
Because it wasn't Half-Life?
Never made it.
I know, every time we're about to announce something, people are like, is it Half-Life?
Yeah.
No.
So that's the sole reason why it didn't make it, because it's not Half-Life.
Yeah, that's why people didn't like it.
Well, the thing is, I was gonna give it a shot, but because I love Hearthstone, but I don't know, and I love the art they use for Artifact. I just never got to pick it up. Now that it's free, maybe I'll give it a try, but I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I just installed on Steam, but I haven't played it yet. I've heard it's a great game for those who don't mind card games. I personally don't care much about it because it's not Half-Life. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's
I mean, maybe it's gonna bring more people, but I doubt it. I think the hype is past. But I mean, for people who wanted to give it a try, and now they can, I guess.
Yeah. Instead of wasting $20, I think it was $20.
$20? Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, Hearthstone is free.
It was something like that. I don't remember.
And it's doing really good. Like, Hearthstone is actually a really good game, I think. It's like, and I'm not a big card game guy, but I really dig Hearthstone. So maybe I like Magic the Gathering also. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a try to Artifact. I don't know.
I'm not a big card game guy. I just like the two main card games that exist.
No. Right.
I think we could make a postal card game. Maybe people would maybe like it.
I mean, if you want to do it, Pedro, go nuts.
Yeah, do it, Pedro.
Go nuts, man.
Make it straight, Pedro.
Nuts.
We're all for it, you know? Guess what? There's more PS5s for sale.
Game.
There's more PS5s for sale at Best Buy.
It wouldn't sell. Do you know why?
Why?
It's not Half-Life.
That's true. That's true. I'm trying hard to get a PS5 right now. Again.
Me too. I can get one on Amazon.
It would sell if you made it rated M. Made it some NSFW postal cards.
Rated M for mature.
For mature.
PG-14.
Episode 34, where we get into Rule 34 of all of our IPs. Line them up. Strip them down. Take a look at it.
I don't understand what you're trying to sell me here, buddy.
A PS4. No.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can get the new Switch.
Oh, well, we have that in our topics. We can talk about that later. I'm just sitting here trying to get a PS5, so
you have to do our topics in order. This is a very orderly, organized.
I'm very
podcast.
OCD, as you guys may or may not know.
Well, now I do.
Sometimes.
Well, okay. Anyway, onward and upward. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is going to be Is it an MMO?
Nope.
Or is it just
player?
What? It's single player?
This co-op, yeah.
They're like combining all of the Lego Star Wars games, right? Basically.
Yeah, the 9 games and maybe some Mandalorian DLCs and Rogue One also is gonna be in there.
Wow.
But not
It's
Solo.
going to be huge.
No, Solo is gonna be in there.
Oh, okay, Solo.
No, all of them. Yeah, everything Star Wars. Yeah.
I just want more.
So you're gonna be able to play Maul or Yaddle or some unknown characters and
Yaddle.
Yaddle.
Did they ever make Lego figures based on the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series? Is there a Lego Dirge?
I'm not sure. I would think so. I mean, or someone made it.
I think that series is now non-canon because of the 3D animated Clone Wars series.
I see. Okay.
Overwrote some of it.
I love that series though. The art was amazing because it's made by the guy who did Samurai Jack, and I love Samurai Jack. Yeah.
Ooh, Samurai Jack.
Tartakovsky. He's a
Yeah,
good...
yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, yeah. This guy is freaking dope.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm excited. And what I want to clarify, for the 800 characters, only 500 are playable, and 300 are gonna be in there to doing other different things. But I mean, 500 is already.
Do you think
insane.
Frog Lady will be playable?
I don't know. I would hope so. Yeah.
Love Frog.
I was
300
talking
characters.
to this girl the other day, huge Star Wars fan, like massive Star Wars tattoo on her arm, and turns out she didn't love Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah, but one of her reasons was she hated the Frog Lady. And I was like, the Frog Lady relationship with her husband is like the deepest love story in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
we had to
it's
watch
better
her
than,
children get eaten.
Yeah, that was the weird. So that episode could not decide on the stakes because on the one hand, the babies were so important that he had to get her there, but they were not so important that Grogu couldn't just eat a few of them.
Well, you got to remember, like, if you have an egg sack that has, I don't know, 50 eggs in it, if like 3 or 4 go missing, you probably won't know. If they were actual babies, you might notice they're missing, but maybe not. Maybe not if you had 50.
Maybe these are like pro-life frogs.
Yeah, maybe they weren't. Maybe they were all viable IVF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's Star Wars universe, but Grogu ate some of them, and it was great comic relief, even though it was vile.
Genocide.
He ate the main thing they're trying to. I don't know. That episode was. I agree with this lady you talked to. That episode was weird.
I didn't say the episode wasn't weird, but I thought Frog Lady was awesome.
She's cool.
And when she went, like when she was running, and then all of a sudden she was frog hopping, so dope.
But that episode was my favorite from season 2. The spider
did you
episode.
see the odd thing that Mandalorian does to people?
Yeah, episode 2 was my favorite out of season 2. Yeah, the frog.
I don't know how you think the spider one was better than the Boba Fett episode. Are you crazy?
I love Boba Fett, but I just really like the spider because when I was a kid, I had this concept art book of Star Wars, and the spider was in there, and I'm like, are they gonna use it one day in a movie? And finally, they used it, and I was like, yeah, I love it. I love that design. So yeah, I have a spider tattoo on my arm. So.
Did you get that spider tattooed on your arm yet?
No, I got that spider tattoo when I was like 16.
I think you should get Frog Lady tattooed on you.
I should get that. No, I was getting my next tattoo is gonna be the alien from Mars Attack.
Oh, that's cool. Where are you getting it?
I don't know. I only want tattoos on my arms, so somewhere on my arms. Yeah,
oddly enough, my next tattoo is going to be F Society on this arm. Now that we have Elliot. Hosting this podcast right here, so
no excuses now.
No excuses, yeah.
Dude, your face kind of looks like a Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah, you do. Well, it's not Guy Fawkes in the show. It's
okay.
It's their own like weird custom like horror mask, but it's pretty cool. I actually have some at home. One year I didn't have a Halloween costume picked out for a hockey game. I was going to a hockey game that was having a Halloween dress up thing, and I was like, you know what? I want to be the Mr. Robot thing. And I Googled them, and they happen to have them in stock at, what's the place in the mall? Hot Topic.
Hot Topic?
Yeah. Hot Topic had random weird Mr. Robot masks available. So I got some.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
But yeah,
you're welcome.
This Lego Star Wars game is looking quite interesting. It's very big. Like
it's gonna be awesome.
23 planets to explore. So if you have any location from the Star Wars universe that you like, it's most likely in the game. So yeah.
And what do you want to do? I think
if you are a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Most of those planets are gonna be open world, so you're gonna be able to take any characters and explore them. But there's gonna be some random encounters, like some procedural events, depending on them. And you can choose to be part of the dark side or the light side.
What if you want to be gray?
I guess you can be gray. I don't
Want
know.
to be purple
Maybe.
side,
That's right.
Yeah.
like Mace Windu.
Or F.
Windu's coming back, bro.
At some point, yeah.
Samuel L. wants
No
to
one
come back.
dies in Star Wars.
Well, it doesn't have to be a Mace Windu is still alive show. It can be a Mace Windu
does.
show before the fall of the Republic.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we learned about Han when he was a young buck in the academy.
We'll finally find out why Mace Windu shaved his head.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, balding can't be a thing in a galaxy far, far away, right?
No, you use the Force.
Yeah, you just force grow your hair.
Yeah.
And if you want hair plugs, you force hair plug. You pluck your pubes and... Yeah, I think this is an unexplored dark side power. That's what that is. Because all things must come at a price, right? Like every action has an equal or opposite reaction. So if you are force growing hair, then something else must be going wrong.
Makes you sterile.
Well, that's okay. They don't want Jedis having kids.
Oh, well,
I feel like that was a huge mistake at the beginning. Like when they take these young children from their family, they should be castrating them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't an army of eunuch Jedis be more important? Like, what is the name of the eunuch warriors in Game of Thrones?
But the midichlorians are stored in the balls.
That's true.
But couldn't they just lop off their dongs?
I don't know. There's all different species. Maybe some of them, you
I
can't
feel
get
like
at
in a
that stuff.
galaxy
There's too many
far, far
arteries.
away. I feel like in a galaxy far, far away, they would also have force castration.
Chemical castration.
Shit.
Right.
That gives me a lot of thought.
You know, I was
The
actually
Jedi
thinking. I was thinking about Star Wars the other day when I was reading
About eugenics.
Lords of the Sith. I was thinking about Jedi eugenics. I was reading this book
Mike.
called Lords of the Sith, which is it's a book about Vader, basically. And
Mike, give it a look to the chat.
what?
Give a look to the chat.
I'm glad. Kesha film. Real quick, I want to address this. There is a user in the YouTube right now named Kesha Film. Kesha Film submitted a piece of artwork to a competition we had 7 years ago and won second prize. I haven't thought about that in 7 years. And we get a message the other day on the talk box saying, hey, I won second prize in this contest and I never got my prize. And Pedro's like, oh, cool. When was this? And they were like 7 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
How did that happen?
2014.
So I didn't even think twice about it because we're fucking idiots and shit happens. And I cannot believe they waited 7 years to tell us. But I guess that's Russian life. Like sometimes you wait 7 years for a product. And if it doesn't come, like there is no statute of limitations on shipping stuff to Russia. Like 7 years is enough time for Putin to take your package, play with your toys, give them to his children grow up, then he gives them to you.
I'm almost at that point with a band I saw in Philly. I won a online competition to have my link of their song played the most times. Is this band? Geographer.
Oh, cool. You're still pimping them even though they didn't give you what they said they would give you?
Yeah.
Well,
I
just
let
like
them- I let
Kesha
them
Film,
know.
Kesha Film is in the chat right now because we are so good to our word that we, this makes me think there was another contest we did way back, like when Postal 2 came out. So this has got to be in 03 or 04. And the winner was supposed to be flown to Tucson and have lunch with us. That 100% didn't happen because I would remember that lunch.
So you can have that lunch like 7 years from now or something like that.
I think 17 years might be past the statute of limitations.
Oh, he can take his grandsons or something like that.
It's like cicadas. They're coming back in May.
It's gonna be May. So anyway, I was reading this book called Lords of the Sith. I'm going back to my topic now that we've discussed this 7 year thing.
What topic?
Reading this book called Lords of the Sith, and kind of gets inside Vader's head, which is pretty cool. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, Vader never even got to advance as a Sith because he never even really learned a bunch of Sith powers at all.
Not really, no.
He really just force chokes, throws things, and does some saber battles. He doesn't do any force lightning, none of that stuff. He doesn't. Well, in the books, he does some of that, like force jumping and running stuff. But I don't know. It just kind of made me feel for Anakin. You know, he like gave up everything. He killed all these kids. You know, he was gonna really like dedicate his life to the dark side, and he didn't even get to dabble very much.
You need real fingers for lightning.
You can't do it with robot hand.
No. Not allowed.
Well, to be fair, he was told, "Don't jump over me. I have the high ground."
Mm-hmm.
Even though Obi-Wan jumped over Maul and didn't get chopped to shreds.
Well, it's just he's better than Maul.
That's true. Maul was just a... Actually, in that book, Maul was also in one of the books I read. He... Oh, that was a extended universe book about...
Maybe with the double-bladed saber, you can't do that move because you'll cut the dude up, but you'll also cut yourself.
But if he cut himself, he'd still live.
Maybe.
I was thinking... Actually, you know, funny, we were talking about spiders. I was thinking about getting Maul with spider legs tattooed on me.
I love most spider legs. Yeah,
it's a very brief plot line in Clone Wars, but Spider Legs Maul is fucking dope.
I wish they when he came back at the end of the movie Solo, spoilers. I wish he came back with the spider legs. That would have been dope. He has those two.
He decided, you know what? These two robot legs I have are just not enough for me. I need spider legs.
Exactly. You could be real esoteric and get Maul with feathers on his head instead of horns, because the horns were actually a misinterpretation of the original artwork.
I think so, yeah. I think that's...
How about I get him not tattooed so he looks like all of the other Knight brothers?
Just make him look like a Zabrak.
That's right. In the book I read, in the other book I read, it was the Darth Plagueis book. You know, they talk about when this Knight sister like comes and gives baby Maul to Palpatine. Here you go. I don't want to keep him. So he like takes in this lost baby.
That's how it happened? I thought Palpatine had like a war with the Night Sisters.
No. Well, this is not canon any longer.
Oh, okay.
But in the book, I don't remember where he is, but some lady comes up with like a cloak on. She's like, "You must take this baby. He's strong with the Force." And then she opens it, and it's a little tattooed Maul baby.
Mm.
There's a lot of unknown and weird like Sith powers, like the fact that the Emperor Palpatine made Anakin's mother pregnant.
Well, that's not even. That's sort of like a rumor. That's not.
But
real.
no, it's in one of the. I mean, is it not what happens in the comic in the book?
Well, it didn't happen in the Plagueis book, so maybe I need to read more uncanonized book.
I know that one. Yeah. That's the one where Palpatine turns into a swan, right? And he seduces her.
I don't think so. One. No, that's not what happens.
You mean he actually doesn't show up as a stork with baby Anakin in the little bag, and he just drops him down over Tatooine and finds his way to Shmi.
That's what happens.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to drop this really strong Force baby into the worst possible conditions.
He just wanted him to do pod racing.
He just wants him to pod race and be a slave. He wants him to be a slave to that bug dude. Watto, is that his name? Watto. I have a question for Yaffe. Can you please say "kala la 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 la" like the YouTube guitarist Steve Terryberry?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's a question.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that like that guy because I've never heard of that guy.
Does anybody here know who Steve Terryberry is?
No
I have
idea.
no fucking idea.
Nobody knows. Huh.
We are missing out on.
So no, Isaiah, we're not going to do that. But what I will do for you is I will do the terrorist chant from the game because I'm the one that recorded that. So it's something like la 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 la.
Oh, that's perfect.
Bruno on Twitch wants Mike to do his favorite dude line.
My favorite dude line? No, I don't want to do it.
doesn't want it.
I was
Sorry.
thinking in the game when the dude puts on the Frankenfurter outfit, we should call him the Postal Person.
The postal person.
The postal vestite.
Postal guy.
No, it's just the Postal Person or the Postal. Could just be the Postal, like the Weekend.
Postal man.
Postal.
Maybe we
Jesus.
should make him a symbol, and he can be the artist formerly known as the Postal Dude.
A sex symbol?
Well, the Postal Dude is a sex symbol now.
He already.
In fact,
is.
Civi
You
just
may
sent
not
me
like
a
it.
video of the dude dancing, so I'm pretty sure it's a clip.
With
he's gonna
twerk
be-
evolution.
Yeah, no, not that one. Just of him dancing in the street. I think he's recording a clip of the dude dancing
It
for
could
his
be-
video.
There's still the postal dude, but instead of a U, it's an X.
The
And
Postal.
then the internet will love that.
Is the postal dude canon in Star Wars?
Yeah, obviously. It's just in
Nice.
a galaxy far, far away from them.
Yeah.
That's
somewhere.
plot.
I think we talk about enough Star Wars here that it's canon.
Mhm.
I think Disney is going to
Exactly.
sue us someday, but that's fine. Get in
If
line.
they
That'd be
ever
fun.
remember that we exist.
Get in line, Disney. Ads for stuff. I don't really have anything new to advertise. Just buy some stuff on our site, postalgames.com, postalswag.com. We've actually been doing pretty good. There's been a steady stream of orders lately. Nobody's been ordering the monkey shirts, though. Not a lot of monkey shirt orders. Is it because
I'll
it's
order a
vintage?
monkey shirt.
I'll
because
order a
it's
monkey
vin-
shirt. Yeah.
No. I don't want my employees ordering shirts. Shut the fuck up. I want fans. Even though you might be fans, you don't get to order a shirt. It is
It's
not
like-
would be the
God
first
dang
time.
it.
I got an order
Well-
a couple weeks ago, and I go to pull it up, and I'm like, Oliver, what the fuck? And Oliver, one of our artists.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna order everything on the store and use a fake name.
It was your Oliver all along.
You're gonna put your name as Wee Wee Von Baguette.
I'm
No,
just
that
gonna
was
put Ben Shapiro or something.
Oh,
that
I would
wasn't
ship
Oliver.
you
That
this.
was Olivier.
I would cut off all the legs on the dolls so they're super short. Put all their arms in a fucking Zig Heil.
Yeah,
Piece of shit.
make them very attracted to their sisters.
Super dry women too. Only dry
Oh.
women.
The driest.
Yeah, they only can't have wet women, guys. Wet ass
No.
pussies are bad for business. On topic of wet ass pussies, the new Mortal Kombat movie will be a squirter. That is the title on the topics here.
Extremely wet.
I guess there's just gonna be blood everywhere.
Squish, squish.
A lot of people
Oh.
think the new Mortal Kombat movie is just peeing, but I think they're just jealous.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's not. The peeing, if anybody's gonna be peeing, it's us.
Yeah, we do all the peeing.
That's right. I wonder if Ed Boon is gonna make a cameo in the movie. or
That would
the
be
show.
dope. Yeah.
I would like that actually. but
He's just gonna
I
show
don't
up in the
think it's
corner and be like,
going to
"Toasty."
happen.
Yeah, I need a missing no cameo.
Yeah.
No, that's a different
Yeah.
game.
What's your
I
favorite?
meant Ermac.
Or Mac.
I got Pokemon and Mortal Kombat confused, like many people often do.
You could get Chameleon. He's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Carmelian.
Chameleon.
They're gonna have
Million,
Reptile
right?
in the movie, so Reptile is pretty cool.
Yeah, it all
And it
look,
just
it
looks
all
like
looks
a
pretty
random-
novel. I mean, it definitely looks cheesy, and Jax looks like fucking. He's about to announce the wrong winner at Miss
Right.
USA or whatever.
Yeah.
But it did look good. I was not disappointed. I was a little disappointed in the choice of music over the trailer, but I guess that was just because I was fucking hoping for some upbeat '90s techno
Yeah.
to be
Right.
playing. I feel
No
like they
bass
could have
whatsoever,
remixed that.
all
I feel like they
treble.
could have remixed that to some like modern big room or
The
or
OG.
something. Yeah.
Just
I don't-
get Flying Lotus to do it, since he's doing everything already.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we? Or Joshua Fudge Packard. He could do it too.
Or Steve Terryberry.
Steve.
Yeah. YouTube guitarist Steve Terryberry.
He's gonna do that sound.
Oh,
effect.
and no, MikeJ sounds like the guitarist Jared Dines. That's what Isaiah says now. I don't know who that is either.
We need to brush up on our guitarists.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Before our next podcast, we should have Isaiah just send us a list of obscure names for us to research so that when he references them in the chat during the podcast, we'll be like, oh, yeah, Steve Terryberry, not a big deal. I remember that guy.
They're probably just porn stars.
La 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 la. Did I do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're porn stars, that's it. They do la 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 la.
When I see that, I just think of that Russian guy that goes.
Oh man, I love that guy.
Dude, that sound used to scare me when I was a little baby playing a P2, and that first time I heard that sound, I was like, I think I got a jump scare.
Oh, when you were a baby playing P2, when you were a fetus.
I was merely a child.
But Japan, they grow them quick.
Boy.
Japan is basically Camino. You're like grown in little clone labs.
Exactly, yeah. Cool. We don't see childs here. They are like grown men with like little backpacks.
And tiny dicks.
Tiny dicks.
Did you see those
everywhere?
Did you see those clickbait articles though about the Mortal Kombat movie that are like, why isn't Chun-Li in the movie? And then you actually click on the article, and the article's like, well, it turns out Chun-Li is from a different video game.
Turns out you clicked this article like an idiot.
You dumbass.
Why isn't the Postal Dude in the Mortal Kombat movie?
I do like the Melina shot. That shit was dope.
Yeah, Melina. Yeah,
she was good.
Super.
I
dope.
hope they have a noob Cybot or some unknown characters. I mean, not unknown, but like ones we didn't see in the trailer. I hope they keep some surprises.
They do have Bihan, so let's see if they do the Sub-Zero saga the way everybody knows. It should happen.
They'll have Rambo, the Terminator, and RoboCop in the movie too.
And the postal person.
And Kruger as well.
Yeah.
And Alien.
I think if the dude shows up in Frankenfurter outfit in the Mortal Kombat movie, the world would collectively jizz.
He would be a skin swap for
all 45 people that understood who it was would be like,
whoa! Yeah, they'd be like, whoa.
And the rest of the world would be like,
the multiverse.
Turn it off. Power down. Stop. Matt, I'm wondering why your government is telling China to stop swabbing buttholes for COVID.
I know, yeah. They didn't touch my butthole yet.
Why? But why?
Because we respect the ass.
Here's the thing. I've had a lot of COVID tests. I've also had enough prostate exams to know that for the most part, COVID tests hurt way worse. Getting shit shoved up into your fucking nasal cavity is really, really bad. Getting a little swab in your butthole.
You'd rather take it up the arse?
You wouldn't even feel it. It would really feel like nothing. A little swab up your ass would feel like nothing.
Maybe that's the problem.
They're like
they're used to large tentacle monsters.
They're like, if you're gonna swab Japanese buttholes, you have to actually put it inside of a tentacle.
Yeah.
Oh no, my butthole.
Matt, are you into tentacle rape? Is that your thing?
I'm not. That is not why I decided to move to that country. I moved to Japan to become the greatest hentai artist of all time, but it didn't work out for me. So yeah.
But are you?
So you used to draw tentacle rape. You're not actually a fan of it.
Exactly. I was one of the greatest. Yeah.
Can you draw some tentacle stuff for the game? I think we need some.
I'll try, but I think there's way better people on the team to do some tentacle rape.
You mean like Yaffe?
Yeah, Yaffe's gonna do all the tentacle rape. Yeah, Pedro is gonna do it too. I think.
I'm working on some stuff right now that's a little racy.
You're working on some racy stuff?
Yeah.
Can you hint it? Can you hint it a little bit?
It's plus sized, shall we say.
I like.
Ooh.
I like.
You guys are having me do plastic dicks again this week, so I guess I'm doing more plastic dicks.
More.
So.
You're like, as if I haven't modeled enough dildos.
You didn't have enough.
I'm going to model more dildos.
Actually, I'm pretty proud to say that the dildos in Postal are better than the ones in Cyberpunk. So,
what about that pizza though? Too that pizza in Cyberpunk was one of the worst looking pizzas I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, right.
And the donut as well.
I can't get over when hero shit looks bad. I can't get over it, and it's been one of the problems with development for a while is that I'm like one of those dickheads that's like playing our game, and I'm like, this looks like shit. This looks like shit. This looks like shit. But like most of the time, it's like me just like walking up to walls and getting super close to it, like shit you shouldn't do. And you realize that like that's not the important stuff. Like when the hands don't look great, that's a good complaint. They're in your fucking eyes all the time. But when the wall that you don't need to get close to looks like shit, whatever. But I'm playing like the biggest game in the world that cost $350 million to make and took 8 years, and then you are forced to sit at this table with a pizza that looks like it was drawn in the 90s.
It's virtually unplayable.
I mean, we're getting pretty close to some pizzas in P4, so...
Yeah. Well, we had a good...
We're getting real close.
We had some good
We revamped our whole turd looks before Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right.
Turd looks awesome.
I think Matt made some nice poo models.
I made
He
some
used
pizzas.
Quixel Megascanned poo textures.
I went out, I shit in the street in Japan and just photo scanned my
Did you hire the highest res photographer you could find in all of Japan to make a 4,000 megapixel picture of a poop?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I mean, that was the only way to do it anyway. I didn't know how to model it, so I was like, I'm just
it's
gonna
very
freeze it.
important.
Did you get the little crumbs?
Exactly. No, I got different states of the poop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He changed his diet.
A little bit.
He actually
every day
changed
for a
his
week.
diet weekly so that his
Yeah.
poops looked different, and he could follow them over the course of time.
That's
This
how
one is
far.
from 86.
Yeah, that's how far we are willing to go on the postal development team. So.
We are we don't
We're
care about
who's a
the
hero
game
object.
we don't care about the game's performance. We don't care about like it actually being fun. We don't care about it being funny. We just want to make sure the shit looks accurate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you
Just
can't
yell-
run the game, it's because your computer can't look at our turd textures. So that's your problem.
Profitability of Ethereum crypto mining has halved in a week. Why?
Because
Did everybody
Elon Musk,
turn their
he's onto
miners
it.
to Ethereum? Is that why?
Well, I mean, it depends also. Like the big the big dudes who tweet and talk and do crypto stuff all the time. Like they do a tweet and it inflates or it goes down. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well,
But it's still profitable for high demand of the GPUs, which is sucky for us gamers still. So we are not safe from miners still.
yeah, but it's not just GPUs. It's all hardware. I mean, this has become a product of COVID is that everybody is a scalper now.
And are we short on silicon, lithium, or both?
I think maybe
Globally.
both, but I think it's mostly silicon.
Yeah. There's a global silicon shortage. So
Yeah.
any computer part they make for crypto is like taking away from other things.
Right.
Interesting. We need more silicone, ladies. Any donations would be
Silicone. We need to get into crypto mining boob
Tits.
implant.
yeah.
Not enough
could-
people are getting circumcised, so they cannot extract the little silicone out of your foreskin. So,
Yeah, it's a global
Ladies.
disgrace.
right.
A
Yeah,
global
ladies needs to be
fucking
circumcised.
disgrace. Who the fuck is Nacon?
Oh, they're the ones who are the publishers on the Sinking City,
Yeah.
What'd they do?
but not the devs.
What'd they do though?
It's a weird situation right now because those guys illegally they stole a game they purchased a game from a storefront, used the assets by cracking them, and sold on Steam.
And it's
So,
like users have been reporting this too, that like, so for a little while when the drama first started and Sinking City went off Steam, now it's back on, but the version that's back on is like worse and buggier than the version that used to be on. So it
It's
seems
probably
to
an older
suggest
version.
that they did actually pirate an older version of the game and just put it out without the developer's consent.
I
or
see. Because
participation.
Really shady stuff right now, and
That's pretty
I'm
fucked
quite
up.
concerned about it because Nacon is also publishing, not developing, publishing Session, which is a really good skateboarding game, and I hope
Is
they don't
that the
fuck it
one
up.
that's Sessions the main competition for Skate XL, right?
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
correct.
the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually the best game of the two, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because
you're
Skater
either a
XL
Skate
just
XL
sees
guy or a
development.
Session guy, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think Skater XL is in some deep trouble with developments for now. Something happened with the creativity or something like that. I don't know what happened exactly, but yeah, session is a lot more realistic than the other game, so everybody likes that most. But yeah, Nikon is doing some shady stuff, and we don't know for sure if it's exactly what happened, if they really cracked the game and sold it on Steam, but only time will tell.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
At least it's not on Steam anymore.
So, already it's not on Steam anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh.
Way to go, Steam.
Yeah.
Really
But they ask people to not
nice.
buy it neither. They're like, if you buy it on Steam, we don't recommend it. So.
Epic's out there buying people too.
Sweeney.
Yeah, Fall Guys.
It's good old Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd coming in and chopping up the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Except
At
this
this
time
rate,
they are not. Yeah.
At this rate, maybe Running with Scissors is gonna be owned by Epic Games like in 1 or 2 weeks.
I
So
want
We
Epic.
just need
Epic's
to make
gonna
a
be
postal
like
battle royale.
Epic's gonna be like, we are so sick of these guys using our engine. We're just gonna buy them for $1 billion and shut them down.
Yeah.
yeah.
That offer's
So
on the table.
Oh,
Tim
no.
Sweeney, and who's the majority owner of Epic? The company now.
Oh, I
Team
don't know.
Swine.
No, the Chinese company, Tencent.
10 cents.
10 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tencent, if you're listening, Tencent or Tim Sweeney, if you're listening and you want to shut us down, $1 billion.
No,
I think
make
that's
it
a
two.
steal.
2
I think that's a
billion.
steal. They could
That is-
shut
yeah.
Running with Scissors down. We'll stop using their engine. There will be no more Postal games for a
Only
cool
Unity
billion.
from then on.
Cool $1 billion.
That's
I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think those guys could handle it. We'd probably take less than that too.
Yeah.
Lowball us, 900 million.
And all they have to do is pay us 1 billion. That's all.
That's it. We'll shut down
That's it.
today.
Still cheaper than the PS5. So.
I would give
Or,
you all. I would give you all a nice severance. I'd say thank you guys.
Yeah.
Epic has shut us down with $1 billion.
It's
And
So
just
we
enough
just-
to give
our
each
own-
of you one PlayStation.
Yeah,
No,
just one PlayStation.
I will buy you all a PlayStation
Oh, okay.
if we are shut down for $1 billion.
But with that money, we can make a new company called Running with Dildos.
No,
Yeah.
it's called dildoing with scissors.
Scissoring with scissors. Scissoring with scissors.
Yeah, and we're gonna make a game called Coastal, and it's gonna
We'll
be
only
about
use
driving up the
Game Maker.
coast.
We'll only use RPG Maker from then on.
Yeah,
Oscar
Yeah.
no,
Simulator.
we'll use Unity.
Yeah.
No, we're going to use Unity just because.
Yeah, so we can stop paying royalties. Actually, I think they
Which
charge
is actually
royalties.
funny because Fall Guys is made on Unity, and Epic just bought their competition just like that. So yeah,
Sometimes,
Yeah,
hey, listen, it doesn't matter
Pro
what it's
gamer
made
will-
on if it's profitable as fuck.
yeah.
Wait, is Fall Guys been on Unity? Really?
I wonder.
It's
I wonder what
unbelievable.
Devolver. I
Hey,
wonder what
it is.
Devolver makes in this deal. Devolver was the publisher. I wonder what they get
Right.
payout.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
Devolver, though.
Love Devolver.
I love Devolver. They just released their new game, Loop Hero, and it's very good.
Also, Devolver, if you want to buy us, $1 billion.
Yeah, Devolver is not afraid of games with wieners in them.
No,
No. they are not.
Devolver was a potential publisher for Postal. It was. Games.
I
Love
wouldn't-
Devolver.
It was,
Yeah,
it was too
everybody was
expensive.
supposed
They
to-
don't. They don't.
yeah.
They at the time they weren't funding bigger games, smaller games. Is what Devolver does.
Everybody was supposed to be a potential producer for us.
Well, yeah. When you sell the game, you talk to a lot of publishers. Some show
There's a lot
interest,
of
some
publishers.
don't. Devolver showed interest, but they didn't take it.
They missed it.
Instead,
missed the
Running with
final
Scissors
opportunity.
published it. Those idiots.
We're self-published, like 50 Shades of Grey.
That's right. We sold
They
almost
were-
as many units, and we moistened almost as many pussies.
Almost.
Almost. Once the dude got into that drag outfit, squirted like Mortal Kombat.
Uh-huh.
PS5 controller drift. I don't even have one yet, so I don't know what this is. What all this hoo-ha is all about.
So it's something that's happening with not only the PS5, it's been happening with Xbox or the Switch. It's just like your controller acts up on its own when you're not giving it any inputs. And Sony decided to sell the controller despite them knowing that it was happening prior to the launch of the PS5.
Collusion, Michael. Sounds like collusion.
China.
And so people were complaining, and Sony's like, yeah, we'll take your controller and see what we can do with it. So you send them your controller, and they just, I guess to some extent, they resent the same controller and did a placebo effect where it's like, oh, it's fixed now, but it's not. So,
like, does that mean that when you turn with the controller, it goes like this? It goes like.
No, like it would actually.
Drifting is that what controller drift is?
No,
I think that's what Fast Furious Tokyo Drift was
Tokyo
about.
Drift. That's actually
this.
Matt's life.
Yeah.
He is a artist by day, street racer by night.
And yeah.
That's why he moved to Japan. He just doesn't want to tell us about it because that shit's illegal. And he rolls with the Yakuza.
Yeah, they call me Vanilla Ice sometimes. On a good day.
What do they call you on a bad day?
They just call me Baguette.
Baggy Ice.
Small Baguette.
Baguette Ice. Cool. So PS5 controllers are fucked up. Glad I'm going to go buy one today.
I don't know if it's with all of them or if it can happen with all of them, but
if
I'm
it
not
does,
sure
do I just throw mine in the trash?
Well, you can. Oh yeah, I guess also if you send it to Sony, they might send you a new one, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're.
But what do I do when I don't have a controller? How do I play my PS5?
Well, Sony said you can play the PS5 with bananas, so I guess you just play with. They actually said that it's a patent, so I guess you could do that. Just get yourself a nice banana.
Cool. I'm probably not going to do that. New Switch coming out. Bigger screen, OLED, 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be 4K on the screen, or is it going to?
No, 4K when you plug it into a 4K display.
Yeah, when it's docked. The dock is going to be, I guess, more powerful, more good stuff in it. But the screen is going to be a bit bigger. It's going to be OLED from Samsung, and it's still going to be 720p.
Is there going to be better Joy-Cons? Because those things are shit.
We don't know yet.
I'm a little wary of Samsung screens because when we were shopping for a TV at Costco, with Samsung, what they actually do is, and you can see it when you're like watching it really closely, is they have 4 separate screens on the bigger TVs, and you can pick up the little seams on the quadrants. We went with a TCL.
Wow, I see you're really spending big bucks there.
Yeah, man.
You bought like the Kirkland brand TV.
Hey, they didn't use 4 separate screens that you can see tearing on the edges of.
I think it was just the one on display, bro.
Yeah, it's probably yeah. I guess I've never heard of that before, but I don't know. I guess that could happen. Yeah. But yeah, so
New
I think
Switch.
they're staying with the 720p for the console because they don't want to kill the battery life. But I think the battery is gonna be bigger anyway. And Nintendo said they don't know how they're gonna make games because one is gonna have more powerful hardware and the other is not. And but they said some third publishers are gonna have games just for the new one. And
I was gonna say, I mean, isn't that what the difference between a PS4 Pro and a PS4 and
Well, the thing, they don't want to divide the player base. So I think Nintendo said the games made by Nintendo will be the same on both, mostly. But they said that publishers outside of Nintendo might be doing games that are specific for one model.
I don't know if I love that.
My problem with the Nintendo Switch is the buttons and the joystick.
Yeah, totally.
That's literally the only problem I have with the console.
Well, it's actually not. It's actually not the most comfortable handheld on earth either. Like you have to buy.
The Pro controller.
Yeah, not the Pro controller, like a case that has handles on it, so you can hold something.
I never used the Switch with. I used the GameCube controller on the Switch or the Pro controller, and it works. It's great. Like it's
really the GameCube.
Yeah, they released the GameCube controller for the Switch.
It's a Pro controller, but it's a GameCube style, so it's like a wireless.
It's shaped like a GameCube controller. Yeah.
Where's the?
But even the buttons, they are like kind of.
The entire exterior is a GameCube controller.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
It's great.
And just so you Switch owners around the world, it was resubmitted for Nintendo of Europe. I see you have a bunch of PlayStation controllers on your head, Elliot.
I have a lot of PlayStation controls right now.
Yeah.
So if
I'm
you
ready.
are looking to buy it in Europe, we know it's not there on the Switch store right now. It's because of Germany. But it was resubmitted to bypass Germany. And
Those Alemanians.
for some reason, the patch was rejected because it was too big. I don't know the specifics. I just know that happened. But it was resubmitted again, and I think it will be good at some point here soon. So maybe in the next few weeks, month, Switch owners around the world, well, at least in Europe, will be able to buy Postal Redux again. As per PlayStation owners, I don't know. We're waiting for approval. So.
And for the Xbox guys, keep waiting.
Oh no! If you have an Xbox, you can go fuck yourself because
you can keep waiting
Microsoft
because we are
basically
not
doesn't
having luck.
give a shit about you.
It's all on them. Just
And they
give
know,
them
they're
hate
aware.
mail.
They are very aware that it's on Switch and on PlayStation. They don't care.
Yeah.
Don't
They're
care.
gonna be different.
Yeah. Our last topic probably should have been up near the top, but there is a major update for Postal 4 out. It fixes performance for a lot of people. So if you have a shittier machine, check it out. Check out the latest Postal 4 update if you haven't yet. If you've had a problem with your toaster, you might be able to play it. I was actually going back and forth with a guy on Reddit yesterday, or the day before, and he was like, I don't understand why this won't work. Witcher 3 and GTA 5 work just fine. And I was like, well, those are 6 and 7-year-old games. He's like, yeah, but they run just fine. And then Postal 4, and he's listing a couple other new games like Watch Dogs and like have a problem. And then he's listing his specs. I'm like, your specs aren't bad. And I was like, is your hard drive a solid state or regular? He's like, just a regular hard drive. And I was like, well, that's a problem.
All right, time to switch.
Yeah. And then someone else was like, that's not going to fix his performance. And I was like, it might not fix his performance, but it'll fix his load times.
By a lot.
Yeah, he said that sometimes he would get to his app zone and it would be a minute. And I'm like,
What?
well, you have a
That
hard
is
disk drive
crazy.
for starters, number one. Number two, we don't know how old it is. We don't know if it's all fucked up. The fucking trays could be all wobbly. Like, with solid states,
And
you
how
don't really have
fast it
these
is.
issues, right? With hard disk drives, you could have a million issues. So,
All right.
And there's also many types of hard disks. You may have a hard disk for security cameras, one hard disk for gaming. So
right, and he might even
if
have
you
a
have one-
5400 RPM hard drive. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of elements to take into consideration right there.
Yep. Yep. Anyway, that's all of our topics for today. What did we not talk about? Oh, Coming to America. Coming to America sequel drops on Amazon today. I
I'm
was
really gonna
a
watch
big
that.
fan. I was a big fan of the first movie. I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I think I need to watch both back to back.
I don't remember the first one. I've seen it, but way.
Yeah,
too
it's
long
been a
ago,
long
so-
time for me too, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you saw it, let us know what you thought. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Now we're actually out of topics. So
WandaVision.
What?
WandaVision.
Oh, there's a new episode today.
I watched it. The last one. It's the last of the last.
It's the end. Was it amazing? Did it leave you on bated
left-
breath?
It left me on okay. Like I'm like it's good, but I'm not blown away. It went the way it was supposed to go, and it's opening for the big movies coming out later this year or next year. But it leaves you with some questions. That's for sure.
Okay. Isaiah Britt says no
like that.
spoilers, so shut the fuck up. Everybody, get out of this podcast and go watch a WandaVision.
WandaVision.
And Pedro, after this episode, what you need to do is you need to go and archive all these episodes on YouTube so they're not on our main YouTube account.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Give me
sir.
access.
Well, Baguette, Yaffe, Elliot, thanks for showing up for our 34th edition
Growing up.
of I Regret
We're close to 50.
Nothing. We're getting close here, boys. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. We'll talk about my new PlayStation 5 when I get it.
If he gets it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm standing on the outside, sick of looking in. being everybody's friend. But if I tried to speak my mind, would you care? Would you listen to every little detail, every single sin? Every time I hurt, would you try to make it end? If I tied this noose, would you pry it loose or just push me off the edge? I'd rather feel nothing, since no one can see me anyway. To stay here in silence, since no one will hear me anyway. I'm feeling like an outcast, but I'm by myself. No one here to talk to, guess I need some help. Just a little patience without limitations. I just need to face this and maybe you can tell.